Coming up on OU Nightly, those looking for seasonal jobs may not be able to find one. Find out why. And 'tis the season for porch pirates. See how you can help keep your presents safe.
Be sure to stay with us. We're tracking frigid cold temperatures as well as the potential for a wintry mix in the forecast. This is OU Nightly.
You're taking a live look here on campus. It's 4:30 in Norman right now. The sun is just about to go down, and it's been a pretty cold start to December. However, we did get a break today with that sun peeking out. Thanks for joining us on OU Nightly. I'm Julia Roberts.
And I'm Carlin McCreary. Yeah, Julia, I'm glad we had a bit of a break, but it looks like it won't be lasting long. OU Nightly meteorologist Isaac Walters has the forecast of what we can expect. Isaac, what are you thinking? Is it going to be colder or warmer this week?
That's exactly right, Carl. And we are expecting temperatures to not really staying around, the warmer temperatures to really stay around. We're expecting that warmth to leave us here. Today we saw temperatures nearly 20 degrees warmer than it was yesterday, but we're expecting temperatures to drop down to be downright cold with some winter weather, some wintry mix potential later on this week as well. We're going to keep you updated, so make sure you're staying tuned here with us. Back over to Julia now, though.
Thanks, Isaac. And for those wanting to keep warm, be aware. Each year, more than 1 in every 5 Christmas tree fires are caused by the tree being placed too close to a heat source. And this year, the Norman Fire Department is warning residents to be cautious when decorating the holiday season. They are recommending you keep your tree at least 3 feet away from heat sources such as fireplaces and space heater. Additionally, when you are wrapping lights around your tree, make sure to read the manufacturer's instructions for the number of light strands you can connect at once.
Around 160 Oklahoma National Guardsmen, a part of Task Force Thunder, will be deployed to Washington in the coming days to support the D.C. Safe and Beautiful mission. Governor Kevin Stitt has authorized the Guardsmen to volunteer for the mission that is scheduled to last around 90 days. The D.C. Safe and Beautiful mission unites multiple agencies across the country to work together under a shared goal of protecting and preserving our nation's capital.
If you're looking for a seasonal job, it may be harder to come by this year. A recent survey by the National Retail Federation found stores are expected to hire few workers this holiday season, up to 40% less. That's not just bad news for employees seeking extra cash. It also means holiday shoppers won't have as much help in stores. Retailers say economic uncertainty is a reason for the hiring crunch. Retail experts say overall staffing levels have also changed this year. Less full-time employees are quitting their jobs, which means there are less needs for seasonal workers.
Well, if you were out shopping on Black Friday or stayed in for Cyber Monday, you might have taken part in a record-setting weekend for holiday shopping. According to the National Retail Federation, about 203 million people shopped between Thanksgiving Day and Cyber Monday. That's 6 million more than in 2024. Retail experts had expected a total of 187 million shoppers this year. The biggest shopping day during the 5-day weekend, Black Friday, which drew the biggest crowds both in-store and online. The second busiest day was Cyber Monday.
Now, if you're still looking for some holiday deals, you're in luck because today is Travel Tuesday. Today marks the biggest day for traveler deals of the post-Thanksgiving sales period. Travelers can score up to 50% off flights, hotels, and more, with there being 2 to 3 times as many deals in comparison to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Major airlines, American, Delta, and JetBlue are all offering major discounts on flights.
Holiday packages are arriving, and so are the porch pirates. CNN's Madeline Carter has tips on how you can keep your packages safe.
Our little Grinch thieves are going to be out wandering around, specifically knowing that packages are going to be delivered.
This Grinch got a head start on stealing Christmas Sunday. The Whatcom County Sheriff's Office sent this video to King 5, showing a woman running up and snatching a blue package off a porch. Down in Pierce County, Deputy Carly Capetto says 5 package thefts were reported just over the Thanksgiving weekend.
It could be a gift for a loved one, or a medication that you were waiting for, or medical equipment. I've heard it all.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Office is part of a national network that's now teaming up with Amazon, sharing tips online to keep your stuff out of the hands of porch pirates.
This can be very traumatizing for some people who have a tighter budget this year, right? So that's why we're trying to proactively let people know and take this seriously.
Tip number 1, track your packages. Amazon has map tracking, so you can bring deliveries in as soon as they arrive. The share tracking feature lets you send those updates to a trusted neighbor or family member.
If I'm not home on a Thursday, I can let my mom, my siblings know, so that way they can pick up the packages so it's out of public view.
You can also tell delivery drivers to leave packages in a hidden location.
Giving directions to place packages on the back side of the house where it's not visible from the road.
And when that's not possible, some other options are to pick up your package, use a locker, or have it sent somewhere you know it will be safe.
Or can it be delivered to your workplace or another secure location?
Coming up after the break, the suspect accused of shooting 2 National Guard members appear virtually in court today. Hear what happens during this appearance when we return.
And a new flu variant is raising concerns as we get closer to flu season. Find out how you can protect yourself from the new strain when we return.
Mom was always organized, but she started forgetting to pay her bills on time.
And she'd buy the same gifts over and over.
Telling the girls about my Alzheimer's diagnosis was really hard.
At first we had our cries, but then we were like, okay, let's make a plan.
Early detection gave us time to adapt together.
It's so important for you to think about what you can do and making the most of what you have.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver. And we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
Welcome back. The man accused of shooting 2 National Guard members made his appearance in court. OU Nightly's Michael Thompson has that and the rest of today's national and international headlines from the News Center.
While laying in his hospital bed, Romanula Laconwal pled not guilty to murder and assault charges. Laconwal is accused of shooting 2 National Guard members, Sarah Beckstrom and Andrew Wolf, last month. Beckstrom passed away from her injuries while Wolf is still in critical condition. As a result, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem recommended a travel ban to increase the list of banned countries from 19 to 30 to 32. And today, efforts to end the war in Ukraine go on. President Trump sends Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Witkoff and Kushner are trying to get Putin to agree to end the war in Ukraine. However, Putin has accused European nations of trying to block a potential peace deal with President Trump. And as ICE continues to increase their enforcement, a new operation is being prepared in Minneapolis and St. Paul, Minnesota. Immigration and Customs Enforcement will target undocumented Somalian immigrants in these cities. No other details have been released on the potential operation, but Minnesota Governor Tim Walz has called the proposed operation a PR stunt. And Serena Williams has re-entered the anti-doping testing pool. While she has not said if she'll be playing again, entering her name is the first step in returning to the tennis court. Carlin, Julia.
Thanks, Michael. The U.S. could be heading towards another severe flu season, lagging vaccination rates and a new strain of the virus causing early surges in the United Kingdom and Canada could be to blame. CNN Mandy's Gaither talks to an infectious disease expert about how the strain is different.
It's called subclade K, a mutated strain of influenza that's causing concern for the weeks ahead as flu season ramps up.
And those few mutations may have some influence in just how effective the flu vaccine is going to be for the current season.
Dr. Daniel Kuritzkis with Brigham and Women's Hospital says it's still important to get the flu shot this year because he says the latest strain is just one of 3 that typically circulate in a season, and being vaccinated will provide some protection.
And very likely would make any influenza that you might acquire much less severe than if you are unvaccinated.
But it appears many Americans are skipping their flu vaccines this year. Last winter's flu season was severe. The U.S. had its highest rates of flu hospitalizations in nearly 15 years. At least 280 children died of influenza. And with the combination of a new strain and upcoming holiday travel, experts fear this season could be just as bad.
We're just seeing the first signs of increasing influenza activity throughout the country.
Kuritzkis says it's also important to keep up those personal care measures to protect against flu, like good hand washing. And he says if you do get the flu, there are treatments available.
There are several antiviral medications that are highly effective against influenza but need to be started early in the course of disease.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Doctor says the best way you can protect yourself from the flu this season is to get vaccinated, and if you feel sick, it's important to get tested so that you can be treated early. And there's always a time to help those in need, even if it may seem small. Find out different ways on how you can give back to the community this season.
And with Christmas only 33 days away, Santa doesn't have much time left. See what organization is helping out by delivering gifts to children when we come back from break.
And we're tracking winter weather here in Norman. Stay with us for the latest.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/act now.
Thanks for joining us here on this Tuesday. It is a beautiful day, really. a lot warmer than it was yesterday. Here you can see the sun setting over Highway 9 and Jenkins here at that intersection. This is our Weather Center cam. We see temperatures right now right around 50 degrees. It was 50 degrees here just a few moments ago, kind of slowly trickling down into those 40s here throughout the evening. But we're really watching right now. We're not expecting conditions to stay this way. We're watching. You're going to zoom out now, look across the nation, and we're going to be seeing a cold front. It's going to be downright frigid here in Norman here in a couple of days. We're going to watch this as this plays out. See a cold front. It's kind of setting up along the state line here early Wednesday, and it's going to move through in the afternoon. It's going to bring really cold temperatures. But the main thing we're really going to be looking at here is overnight Wednesday into Thursday, some wintry precip. So that could, no matter how much we get, a small amount can make a big impact here for our commutes, especially on those bridges and on those overpasses here. And then we'll kind of see temperatures warm back up to similar conditions to how we were today later on this week. Now we're going to talk about that here, that timeline of when that precip is going to kind of come in. We're going to kind of see it starts to come along, and right around early morning Thursday, we see a wintry mix kind of go along the metro, right along that I-44, I-40 corridor, and we see it move through. And as it kind of settles in, it'll be very hit and miss. Some areas might see a little bit, some areas might even see any at all. But the areas that do see it, we're going to be seeing plenty of slick conditions, and that's going to move on through. And then, as I said, that cloud cover is going to move out by the weekend, and we should be back to similar conditions to how we were today. That wind is really going to be whipping through here, though. We see that cold front move through, and the winds are going to be in those upper 20s, upper 30s around those gusts. So very fast winds moving through as well with that. And those wind chills, when you're going to class here, especially on this Thursday morning, we're going to see wind chills in those low teens. You heard that correctly, in those low teens here, around 12 degrees here, the wind chill at 6 a.m. in Norman. So if you got that 8 a.m., you're going to want to bundle up for sure moving through with that. And then we see temperatures warm up closer to more comfortable. I can't believe I'm saying comfortable is 20 here, but compared to what we're going to be expecting Thursday morning, that is comfortable. And then looking here at that precip type, we're going to see a wintry mix really stay along through here. Further north, you might see some snow. I'm not expecting very much accumulation. And then down towards our Ardmore, mostly just rain. Really, though, all through here, could see any type of wintry mix. Sleet, maybe a mix of snow for a little bit, rain. And if that freezes, if we get freezing early, that could definitely pose impacts here to our travel. So looking at the next 7 days, temperatures looking pretty consistently in those 50s, besides when we get down into those low temperatures on that Thursday. We're going to be really looking closely as far as travel impacts for people going to work on Thursday morning. So it's looking awful cold here over the next couple of days here in Norman.
Yeah, I mean, what's your best advice for those students? I know you mentioned them going to 8 a.m.s. What's your best advice? Because I was freezing back in the day when I would have to go to those.
So it's going to be very, very cold. You're going to bundle up, layer up, make sure you got those gloves on, that hat. That wind chill is going to be pretty brutal for those going to class on Thursday, really throughout the whole day, but especially in the morning.
Awesome. Thank you, Isaac. Today is Giving Tuesday, a time to give back to family, friends, or your community. It follows Thanksgiving and comes after Black Friday shopping and Cyber Monday, starting as an idea for a day encouraging people to do good. This is a day to give back and help someone or an organization that helps others in need. There are also many ways to do so, whether it's through lending a hand by packing food for your local food drives, donating winter coats for people who need them, or helping the homeless by serving hot meals. This is the day to celebrate generosity as the holiday season gets into full swing.
Speaking of giving back, soon foster children will be able to receive their gifts from Santa with help from the Oklahoma Human Services Department. The initiative, it's called Holiday Hope, a program providing gifts for children involved in the welfare system. With the help of their partners, foster families will soon receive an email with a link to an app where families can create wish lists for children placed in their home. If you're feeling generous, you can donate here in Cleveland County. Sue Dratt, the executive director for Fostering Futures, says they are needing kid coats and tennis shoes, but if you're looking to shop for a child, you can go to their website and click on the Shopper Elf. You can drop off the donations at their warehouse. Coming up in sports, some former Sooners legends found new homes. In what league and where did they go?
And one OU women's basketball player is back in the headlines. Find out what she did that puts her name along with Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, Carlin, OU finished their regular season on Saturday and have high hopes to return to the college football playoffs for their first time since their time in the Big 12. Find out who they might be facing coming up next in sports.
done the hard part. You quit smoking. Now do the easy part and get scanned for lung cancer. If you smoked, you may still be at risk, but early detection could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
All right, look at you taking the stairs. Who are you?
We're your lungs. We are proud of you for quitting smoking, but you still may be at risk for lung cancer.
A routine cancer scan can detect it early when it's more curable. Good to know. Well, I gotta go somewhere.
So do we.
So do we.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
There are a lot of temptations facing young people today, like electronic cigarettes and skateboarding. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes. This can lead today's youth to a lifelong addiction and severe lung damage. Recall and consider the facts before making a poor decision.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Hello, I'm Landon Thomas, and it's time for sports. After beating LSU this weekend 17-13, ESPN's College Football Power Index have the Sooners at a 99.8% chance of making the college football playoffs. The final rankings before championship weekend will be released tonight at 6. Media outlets such as USA Today, Bleacher Report, and CBS Sports have the Sooners as the 8th seed at home facing 9th seed Notre Dame. The Crimson and Cream will officially find out if they are in the CFP on Sunday, as the bracket will be released on ESPN at 11 a.m. After a thrilling win over Marquette, OU men's basketball, travels to North Carolina tonight to face Wake Forest for an SEC versus ACC matchup. The Sooners are currently 5-2 on the season and ranked 13th nationally in turnovers per game, only committing 9.1 turnovers per game. The game will be on ACC Network, with tip-off at 6 p.m. Staying on the basketball court, OU women's basketball player Aaliyah Chavez won her second SEC Freshman of the Week award today. The former #1 overall recruit had a monster performance against the Florida State Seminoles on Sunday, where she put up 29 points, including 7 three-pointers and 6 assists. She was the first freshman since Caitlin Clark in 2021 to put up these numbers in a game. It isn't just the current Sooners winning, as 9 former OU softball players were selected in the 2026 AUSL draft last night. Some former key players include Kinsey Hansen, Jada Coleman, Sam Landry, and Kelly Maxwell. OU's 9 players were the most from one school, with UCLA in second with 6. And the defending NBA champs travel to California to face the Golden State Warriors tonight, who featured former Sooner guard Buddy Hield. The last time these two teams played one another, the Thunder won 126-102, and Hield had only 4 points with 2 turnovers. Oklahoma fans are going to have to stay up late for this one, with tip-off at 10 p.m. Staying with the Thunder, head coach Mark Dagnall and guard Cason Wallace took home some hardware today. Dagnall was named Western Conference Coach of the Month, and Cason Wallace was named Western Conference Defensive Player of the Month. Shifting back towards OU football, 3-star linebacker Kristen Moore committed to the Sooners last night, with college football signing day looming tomorrow. OU currently has the 15th highest rated class in the country, according to On3. Carlin, Julia.
Well, grab your popcorn and your Eggos. One Netflix series has their fans upside down over the Part 1 release of their final season.
We have why fans are in a frenzy over the long-anticipated series finale when we return.
Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted.
Did you know that trash, like plastic bottles and fast food wrappers, can carry germs and bacteria? When these items are tossed in the street, they eventually find their way to a river or lake and have a negative impact on aquatic life. Keep our waters clean by putting your trash in the bin. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Did you know that items like paint, cleaning solutions, pesticides, solvents, and other chemicals are considered household hazardous waste? These chemicals are dangerous to our environment and water quality when they are dumped in our storm drains or gutters. Fortunately, the City of Norman has a dedicated household hazardous waste facility where you can properly dispose of these items. Call 405-366-5463 to make an appointment. For more information, visit bit.ly/Norman Stormwater. Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here is a water conservation tip you can try. In the bathroom, turn off the water while you brush your teeth. You'll save about 4 gallons per minute. That comes out to about 200 gallons a week for a family of 4. Water is life. This message was brought to you by the City of Norman.
I'm McKinley Potter at the OU Nightly Update Desk. OU Nightly has just confirmed that a student-led march is set to take place this Friday at noon. The march is in support of the graduate assistant put on administrative leave by the university in response to a student's claim of discrimination. That student, Samantha Fulnecki, claimed she received a 0 on an assignment after quoting the Bible in an essay for a psychology class. The march will begin at the Union and end up on the South Oval. Julia, Carlin?
Thanks, McKinley. Let's take one last look at the weather. Isaac?
That's right. I want to start out with reminding you, though, that we have a weather call here. For $12 per year, you can scan this QR code on your screen and get a personal call to your phone and text reminder for any weather updates, especially with this winter weather coming in. But looking at this next 7 days, we are expecting that winter weather to kind of come in overnight Wednesday and into Thursday, with temperatures being frigid in those teens for the wind chills. Otherwise, pretty nice in those 50s. It's perfect weather, I would say, to sit back at home and watch a Netflix show.
Thanks, Isaac. Fans are eagerly waiting for popular Netflix show Stranger Things to release the rest of the episodes for their season finale. Netflix announced that fans will be able to see the over 2-hour finale at select movie theaters during New Year's Eve and day.
Here in Oklahoma, multiple theaters are showing the final episode, including Regal Warren Moore and AMC Quail Springs Mall. Tickets are available now on theater websites.
Alrighty. Well, I just wanted to say this is my last time anchoring at the desk, so it's been a pleasure and awesome just anchoring with everybody.
We've loved to have you. It's been fun. We've loved this day of the semester. We've had so much fun.
Yes, best Tuesday. Well, thanks for watching OU Nightly for the last time. I'm Julia Roberts.
And I'm Carlin McCreary. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.
Water is our most precious resource and something that should be conserved and used wisely. Here are some water conservation tips you can try.